I just got finished hunting down the most useful 3D prints that I could find online, and I'm going to share them with you in this video. So we're going to start off with a print that I use every single day, and it's right here, which is a little bit awkward to showcase because of the camera angle and stuff. But this is a smart lamp that I 3D printed, and it is super fast to do. All you need to do is print the lampshade shell and then at the base bottom, and there's loads of different designs that you can get. Of course, this is just the one that I like. I think it diffuses the light beautifully, but I can control this from my phone, change the brightness, change the warmth, change when it wants to turn on. I can set like timers and anything, control it, switch it on and off, whatever I want to do, just from my phone because of the smart bulb that I've put inside. There's an Energizer smart bulb in here, but you can choose whatever one you prefer to choose. I can control this with Siri, I can control it with Alexa, I can control it with many different things. There's definitely loads of benefits to 3D printing your own lamp and adding some smart bulb to it. For example, you can have it fit whatever style your room is and it fits nicely. You can scale the size up or down as well, and you can have the lampshade diffuse the brightness as much as you need it to. And all you need to build one of these other than the PLA is a lamp socket that you can get on Amazon and the bulb itself. That's it. Make sure that the lamp that you do choose allows you to just put the lamp socket in without having to cut wires and solder and all that sort of stuff, and it makes it incredibly easy. I'll link mine in the description, but I did have to make a couple of edits to make this one work. So this one is going to help you keep your kitchen sides clean by giving you a place to rest your spoons once you've been stirring things like sauces and all that sort of thing. We've all been there where you've got to find a place to rest the messy, saucy spoon, and you rest it like just over the sink, or you put it on the side and end up with sauce on the worktop. Well, with this, you can use it as a drip tray. And while PLA isn't something I would normally recommend having food safe, one, I printed it in blue for that reason. Any like bits of plastic and stuff, you'll see it straight away. But two, because this doesn't actually come in contact with the spoon itself, it rests on an upright position, it's never actually going to touch anywhere that food's been before. And if you want it to be super safe, the edges are actually risen up, so if you wanted to pour like some resin in here to seal it all off really well, then you'd be able to wash it out perfectly. So that's definitely an option too. This is definitely something that is being added to my kitchen. This next one is tiny, but I always love the small prints that do actually make a difference because it's very little filament, very little time. This is designed to go on the back of one of your charging plugs, whether it be with double-sided tape, or if you want to glue it on, then you could. I just chose a little bit of glue because I didn't have any double-sided tape. Then if you're going anywhere, you can just wrap the cable around it like this, and it keeps it nice and tidy and organized. This is also pretty good for the cable's health and long-term use as well. Having it coiled up really tightly in a bag is just going to cause it to get damaged eventually, and this will keep it going long-term. So it's a pretty good design. For something that prints so fast and uses such little filament, these little things do make a difference. Here's a tool that I found when working on a recent build of my giant Umbreon statue, which if you haven't seen, go and watch it. It's crazy. These were incredibly useful while doing that because when I was painting a lot of stuff, these allowed me to mix the paint and then pour them directly into my airbrush. But the great thing about these ones is they barely use any filament whatsoever, so you can print this with the end of your roll if you've got any of those laying around. I'm pretty sure we all do. They print super fast, and chances are that you will just throw them out once you're done, but I guess if you're using the same color, then you could probably pop it back in and refill it up after giving it a bit of a wash. So I've stocked up on quite a lot of these, and to be fair, I bet you guys can think of more reasons to use these as well. Let me know in the comments. Next up, we're getting back to the kitchen, or to be fair, you could use this for many other things too. This is initially an onion and potato dispenser. When you get your weekly shopping, you can fill it up with your potatoes and your onions, and then when you take one out, they'll slowly move down and give you a good place to store these things. There's really not much else to talk about with this. It's a very simple design. It's super sturdy though as well. Because of the hex design, you use a hell of a lot less filament than you could otherwise. And I suppose another upside to this is if you're filling it from the top and taking it from the bottom, you're actually rotating the older stuff out and the newer stuff in, so that you're always going to use the ones you bought first before you move on to the fresher stuff, which is definitely a good thing. Just the usual quick interruption. If you haven't clicked the sub yet, please do. 21k subs already is nuts. I appreciate it so much. 90% of you guys still haven't clicked it though, so please do. Back to the kitchen once again. This slots onto a kitchen unit and allows you to rest your phone in here on a great angle and a good height for when you're cooking dinners or following a recipe or anything like that. It's basically a phone rest to put it in a good place so you can see it. I'm usually always watching like a YouTube video or something when making dinner, but putting on the side means you're like looking down and it's a little bit of a nightmare. This is probably the most simple and straightforward actual phone mount and like phone holder for the kitchen that I've seen. There's been some that are like screw in and attach up in a good way, but this is just straightforward, simple, prints super fast. It does the job perfectly. So whether you're following a recipe or just watching along on a video while cooking, this is definitely a useful tool that you can print super fast, and I'm sure you can use it in more places than just the kitchen. Next up is a rock that I made by 3D scanning a real rock. this one actually. And basically what I did is I actually hollowed out the middle of this and made a cover that goes over the top so that you can stash things in this in the garden or hide anything. I would probably use it personally for like a key. If you're going out, your wife's coming home or someone's coming over and they need a key, you could hide this in there temporarily. Otherwise, you could use it for many other things too. A treasure hunt with the kids, geocaching, I believe people do, or whatever the hell you want. You want to hide something in the garden? This is the way to do it. But otherwise, I'm sure there's plenty of other reasons that you guys could come up with for using this. Let me know in the comments. But also, if you do want it, there'll be a link to this on Patreon with all of the other free files that I've made and share there as well. Now this is something that I actually printed for my son. He's getting to the point now where I want him to start figuring out how money works, and so this is a little bit of a coin collection for him. This is actually suited to the UK, but I will also link one for the US as well. Basically, all of the little change that you can get from like going to the shop and with the little bits left in your pocket will go into here and organize nicely. Putting it in a piggy bank is all well and good, but you can't actually see how much money you have, whereas here he can visually see how much is actually increasing, and it feels like he's actually saving something more than just, hey, my piggy bank feels a little bit heavier. And then this way, when he does want something, he can take the coins out, go to the shop and spend it, and visually see that he is taking money away from what he's saved up as well. I think it's a really cool idea and definitely useful for anything like that. This here is a small tool that allows you to keep track of laps or counting or whatever it is by just flicking this little switch. It'll tick up to the next number, and this goes all the way up to 999. 3D printing something like this is pretty impressive because there's gears on the inside and other little pieces, and whoever designed this did a great job. But this all just goes through as a nice little tick, and it works super smoothly. I'm really impressed. And then when you want to reset it, you just twist this dial on the side here and all the numbers will reset. But I genuinely am impressed with how smooth this actually ticks up. Like, there's literally no issues whatsoever. Nothing gets stuck. Everything works perfectly. So if you're someone who could definitely use a little bit of a hand keeping track of how many things you've counted, then this is something worth printing. Here's a print that anyone can take advantage of in a workshop or in a mechanic's garage or anywhere like that. If you ever get grease or oil or anything like that on your hands, you know it can be a bit of a nightmare to clean it off. Even 3D printer grease sometimes can be a nightmare to actually wash off straight away. Soap and water won't do the job, but this, with that, can definitely make a big difference. It's designed with a rough edge all the way around it so that when you actually use this as like a sponge, it'll scrape off any of that grime that won't normally come off without a little bit of help. This prints ridiculously quick, and it just slots together with a few different pins on the inside, so there's no glue needed or anything like that, and you'll be able to just wash it off nice and easy afterwards. So if you do have a workshop, or if you do tend to get oil and grease and all that sort of stuff on your hands, yes, it can be a nightmare to get off. This will definitely help you out. If you are someone who stresses about locking the door when you've gone, did I lock the door? Did I actually leave it? This is super useful for you. It's just a keyring that you put on your main set of keys when you leave, and just the act of actually doing what this is asking you to do will make you remember whether you've locked the door or not. So basically when you leave, you'll go to this little thing and you'll slide it to the yes that you did in fact lock the door. And then you probably won't even need to check this because you've done something a little bit silly. In your mind, you'll go, yeah, I know, I changed the thing to yes, so it's definitely done. But even if you do doubt it a little bit, you can look down and see that in fact, yes, you did lock the door because you've changed it. And then when you get home, just slide it back over to no. And then whenever you do lock the door again, just pop it back over to yes. So while it is a silly little print, very quick print, it is something that can make a lot of difference and also reduce a bit of stress as well. So this one's actually super clever, and it's a tent peg, but it's for the guy ropes that come off of the tent and have to tighten out. And basically the way that this works is it has like a built-in ratchet, and you can wind it up to tighten it, but you can also just pull this little lever here. It's a bit hard to do like this, but then pull it and then it just comes back out, right? So when you're done, you can take it off super easy and then release the little lever and tighten it back up again straight away just by clicking it around like this. It's really clever because you can put your peg closer to your tent now and not have to put it miles out and tripping up all over it, all the place. What the hell? And then you can just tighten it up rather than having to make sure it's fully extended out. The only thing I would say is it's rather chunky. So maybe it could be scaled down a bit, and then also you could maybe like replace this bit with a real peg and have it fit around a regular tent peg. That would probably be better, but you might have to do that yourself depending on the size of your pegs and stuff. But overall, this is very clever. Having a ratchet built in, super smart. Okay, so this next one's tiny, and I've done like zip ties and stuff before, but hear me out. This thing is ridiculous. This is so smart. It's just printed in PLA, or PETG apparently is better, but PLA, I've tested it in this, it works perfectly fine. This has a little bit of a lever here, and basically the way it works is you get a regular zip tie sort of thing. There's no teeth on this whatsoever, so it's completely reusable. And then you just pop it through one of the actual holes here. And then when you've got it to the tightness that you want it to be, you just press the lever upwards until it clicks. And then this thing is not going anywhere. It's so good. Like, I don't even know. There's zero chance this is gonna snap unless you intentionally snap it, right? You can use this for cable organization. You can use this for anything that you would use a zip tie for. I love it. And the fact that you can just flick the lever down and then take it back out. This is by far one of the best versions of a print like this, and it makes me think I'm actually going to go through regular common 3D prints in the future and find the best versions of all of them and share them in the video as well. But this is a great one. So if you are looking for zip ties, cable tidies, all that sort of stuff, this is the one you want. Another print that if you're kind of new to 3D printing, you may not have realized that you can do, but actually can be useful, is a brush. So you can 3D print the brushes and you just chop off the actual end that connects all of these bridges together. And then all of these little pieces here act as bristles and gives you a pretty damn good brush. Now, the reason I'm including this isn't that on its own it's super useful, but a brush like this is something that you can incorporate into a design. For example, I've seen loads of people make like bins that have brushes part of the bin, and you pull it out, you can sweep things off of your desk or whatever into the actual bin rather than you scraping it all over your hand or whatever. But plenty of other models can be improved by adding something as simple as this. And there are some print issues on this. This isn't the model, it's just my printer. It's probably time to run calibrations, so I'll get on that.